Good morning, viewers. It's April the 30th, 2014. We're near Parry Sound, Ontario, and we're at the home of Bearwood Canoes. Let's go on inside and take a look at traditional cedar strip canoe building. Rob Atfield reporting for Port Carling Boats, viewers.
I'll probably talk about that today.
We're at Bearwood Canoes here.
Oh, is it?
And
yeah. So I don't know. It might be too hot. If you want coat racks there, get rid of a jacket or whatever. I'm thinking it's time to sort of slow down a little bit. My body's not as. It's telling me that canoes are awfully heavy. So, yeah, and I'm thinking maybe something like clocks or something little, that's easy to. Although I think the insides of clocks are going to be too small and I won't be able to see the parts. So that we'll get one more. We're here. Plastic boats and fiberglass and Kevlar canoes and kayaks. They're into kayaks, but they were the original American company that built just tons and tons of canvas covered canoes. I've got a poster from them.
steam bending here, viewers.
About 20 minutes. Hang on there, Jack.
Well, that's all.
So we just kind of. Now we're going to bend nice and easy and kind of.
Jeepers.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Never seen it before.
Wow. So now we just need some of this. There you go. Wow. It's very narrow here, so we're not sure if it's a chestnut. It's been fixed once before, so this is not original. I'm quite sure. The gunnels look Peterborough chestnut-ish. This is not, but it's been added in. So we're wondering if someone sucked it in an extra couple inches in order to put this in. It's just a little narrower than the specs say that a canoe should be. And the decks aren't quite original, and someone else has done not a great job of doing the ends here. Pretty awful joints, but
these aren't the original.
Yeah.
Pieces that are added.
Anyway, so so this is now the waterproofing phase of the canoe. What I've done is on Monday I measured the canvas out and I took it outside in the lovely, thankfully sunny, windy day, and I painted preservative all over the outside of it. So in the old days, the filler, the part that fills up the weave and preserves the canvas, had a lot of lead in it, and nowadays we have no lead in anything. So so there was a time when canoe builders just merely put on this non-lead based filler and the canvas would fall off in about 5 years because there's nothing to stop the canvas from rotting. So now what I have to do is I go to Home Hardware and buy that clear wood preservative stuff. And I'm sure you can probably smell it a bit, eh? Can you still smell the preservative a bit? It was awful Monday. It wasn't too bad yesterday. It was way better today. And there's, I'm not sure if you can see a hint of a color. Right in the end, you can see a hint of a color change between where it is and where it isn't, maybe? I can't on this side because of the daylight.
That's very any difference. Sort of difference between
we're doing a hurry-up job for Jack. He wants to get the canvases and put a filler on today. If I was doing it myself, I would canvas it without the filler on because it's not so stinky, and then I would take it into the paint room and I would paint the preservative on just on the boat, and then let it set for 3 or 4 days, and then I'd put my filler on. So we're sort of doing it a little bit backwards, but. So I preserved the canvas, and then we brought it in last night, and we stretched it between. So I've got that bracket on the wall that holds the canvas, and then on this end it goes to a come along, like a winch. So it gets stretched really tight, and then it gets loosened off, and we put the boat in, and then I tighten it back up again. And then this morning we did the old push down, stomp on a push down, push up.
The canvas is stretched radially and axially.
Yeah, so the more you tighten it this way, the more it wants to squirt out. It'll pop right out, so you have to have something that pushes it down. Now, some people used to put concrete blocks in and cement bags, and that's how. But because I have a ceiling here, it's easy to do. So I just had these great little drywall jack poles, and they just crank, 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 and then we tighten and crank and tighten and crank, and eventually get it so that it's quite. You can see how smooth it is underneath. No bags at all. So we started this morning with the stapling. So it gets 2 stainless steel staples at the top of each rib.
You see the ribbon?
Yeah. So maybe I'll come around and give a demo.
I know exactly where the staples go.
Right, you can see. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's the top of the planking,
Yep.
and then there's the top of the rib. And I'm going to put 2 staples right in here. These are close ribs, boy. 1, 2, boom.
So you go around
There.
the whole board, I guess,
Yep.
like that, yeah?
So try to work opposite. So
Yep.
if you have 2 people, that's nice because you just work your way
yeah,
along.
yeah.
And what we're looking for is something, sort of a little eyebrow over top. This kind of looks like a little pair of eyes with a little frown on top,
Yep.
and that means you're pulling tight enough. You can just sort of see that little eyebrow.
Yeah.
And then once the boat's painted, then this top canvas gets trimmed down. And then the outwales go on. Yeah, so it'll look like that. Now the boat upstairs is the next phase along. It's got the filler cracked, the paint cracked a fair bit. It wasn't rotten, but it was just had gotten brittle. This guy paddles in Lake Ontario in January, so you know how serious he is. So I varnished the inside, and this actually has the Dacron on the inside. So it sounds a little different than the canvas, but it will save 8 to 10 pounds on this canoe from the number 10 that was on here originally. And you can see it's got red cedar planking and the white cedar ribs. Other than that, I had to replace the bolts. The bolts I had in those days had a very small head in it, and they sunk into the inwale a bit. I had to fix those a bit. So I don't have one of my new canoes down here, so this is as close as it gets to what an old new canoe looks like.
How do you put this on every